Now that we're done sketching, we're going to run through a quick features tutorial, just some very basic features that we can use. So if you click on sketch and you click on the plane, we just want to draw a rectangle. So use the corner rectangle and click on the center and make it just drop it down anywhere. Now we want to use the dimension tool and click on the sides. Now we're going to make this square, so 3 by 3. Click on the top, also be 3, and this is automatically dimension the other two sides as well. So with this square, what we can do is go to the features bar, and we can also click up here onto features. You see the extrude boss. What this is going to do is give you a yellow in the middle of that box, and what this is actually a preview of the extrude, and the program is trying to make this sketch a solid. So we can manually change this dimension, or we can just go here and click, and I want to actually make a cube, so I'm going to click 3 inches, and that's how far it's going to extrude. So now everything, the gray now is a complete solid in the program. So now the next step we're going to do, now that we have a solid, you can see that all kinds of other features have opened up, and I just want to click on the cut extrude. Now what the cut extrude is going to do is, first it's prompting us to choose a plane, so we'll choose the top of the box, and if you click the space bar, it'll pull up a small orientation menu, and you can choose normal 2, and whatever plane you are sketching on, or whatever plane you have selected, you can click onto this, or do Control 8, and it'll go flat to that plane that you've selected. So what we're going to do is click on this, just click on the face, and it should turn blue, and if we use our middle mouse to view the whole object in 3D, you can see that just that face is selected. And we want to go to the right and click on the offset entities. And what this is going to do is actually going to offset this box onto this face. And right now it's doing 0.1 inches reverse. So you can see it wants to make a box outside of the parameters of this box. I'm going to choose to click reverse, and it'll reverse the box. And you click OK, and it makes a sketch. You can choose this dimension at any time and just change it. So I can make this box 0.2. and it'll change how far away it is. Now from this, I want to click on this tool right here, the cut extrude, and what that is, and right here, is it'll take away from the sketch. So I don't necessarily want to go all the way through like it's telling me it's going to do, so I'm going to change this to 1 inch, and you can see the preview, and that's how far it's going to cut. So if I click OK, you can see that that sketch has now become a cut. So we can start visualizing what this might be, or what it could be, but we're going to go to the next sketch, or the next feature rather, and that'll be the fillet and chamfer tool. Now the fillet tool, it'll prompt a menu, and you can actually select faces, or you can select just single edges. And if you hold Control, you can click other edges, and it'll it'll attempt to round those edges. So what you're going to do is just click on just the edges, just the outside edges, just for these walls. You should have 8 lines selected here, and you just click OK, and you see that 0.1 radius will be applied to everything. So the second tool included in there is the chamfer tool, and it works the same way, but this time you get to choose degrees, and you can choose the dimensions for it. So now I'm going to click just the bottom, and this should chamfer just like that. You might have to make it a little smaller, and just get a full preview. We'll keep it at 0.1. So you can see what it's trying to do, and that's the chamfer it's going to create. So click OK, you can see that it's added the chamfer, and now our cube is looking a little more interesting. So the third tool I want to run through will be not the rib tool. We won't need that yet, but we can use the shell tool. Now the shell tool is going to, when we choose a side in the shell, what will happen is the object will become hollow from that face. So that face will actually become hollow itself, and all other non-selected sides will actually stay solid. So I'm going to click the bottom again. So that's the face that is going to be open, and the wall diameter is going to be 1/15 of an inch. So you can show the preview and see if that worked. Now, it's a little too big for these edges to shell through, but if you can see that if we go to really small units, the whole object will actually shell. So let's see how thick we can get with a shell. So that will work right there. So I click OK. You can see that everything is solid except for the bottom. So you can see here that it's actually, that's the bottom of that cut, and it actually goes all the way through, and there is space in between. So that can be used for bottles or just hollowing out objects. Useful for very many things. So these are just some basics you can use in SolidWorks, and it only gets more complicated from here.